Terraria, developed by Relogic, has finally made it to the Switch. 8 years after its original launch on PC, and probably 2 years after Switch owners expected it to happen. And I have to confess, I have never played it. So of course, now that it's finally on my favorite console of all time, it's time to play! You see, Terraria isn't a game, it's life. It's my life. And the first thing we need to do is create a suitable Zablanc. Despite being a 2D sprite, there's a lot of customizations I can do for him. Hair, eyes, skin. Softcore? What is softcore? Softcore is the setting to determine what happens when Zablanc dies. I can either be able to recover all my items, or I can recover none of them and have the game just end. Permadeath. We're not going to do that right now, so let's just slow down. We create our own custom randomized world, and as I do in every game, we're going to call it Daventry. And, alright, let's do this thing. The first thing we need to do is build our home. Joe, my friend here, tells me how to build one. We'll need walls and a roof to start, so let's cut some trees and get some wood. None of the items in Terraria break, so it's really nice to cut down as many trees as you want and not worry about eventually replacing your axe over and over and over again. You can make better tools and weapons as you advance, but it's nice to know that the ones you have now will serve you reliably and forever. Alright, cool, let's start building. Now, I can say that the console controls are very clunky. I would definitely recommend playing this game on a PC. That's what it was built for. Navigating the inventory in the game is also a really big turnoff for me. This keeps me away from games like Minecraft as well. Call me naive, call me too old. I'm probably too old. It's just hard to scan through all these tiny items in this huge list. Terraria has a hotbar, which really is just the top row of your inventory, and it'll always display on the screen while you're playing. You press the L and R buttons to switch between them, so you can switch between your sword, or your pickaxe, or your axe, or any of the other building items along the way. This is where you want to put the things that you're going to be actively using. And now we've built out our walls and ceiling for our new home. We have to fill in the background. This is the back wall. We also have to add a door, and a workbench, which is where you craft things, and a chair, and you need some light. We use torches for light in the world of Terraria. And home sweet home. This will become a place to go to craft and not be bothered by all the baddies that will come at you all game long. A big element of Terraria is mining. Armed with your trusty pickaxe, there's all sorts of rocks and minerals to find. Stone is very common, but you can also get ice, sand, dirt, and so on. There's lots of great areas to find in your randomized world, and you just have to go on an adventure and find these things and mine them. You want to have a sand house? Go for it. Dirt? Great. Stone? Cool. Enemies are another place to get items. When you kill an enemy, you get money, but you also can get lots of different ingredients, and these ingredients can be used to then craft other things. You really aren't going to know what to craft until you have those ingredients, but crafting is really the end goal of Terraria. You want to amass as many items as possible and then craft them into better and better items that allow you to slay stronger and stronger enemies. The cool thing about crafting is the recipes are always revealed to you, but only when you have the proper ingredients. If you ever get stuck in Terraria, just adventure around and look for new enemies and look for new things to mine, and then go back to your workbench in your house and see what new things you can make. You can upgrade your armor, you can upgrade your weapons. You also want to build basic things like torches. Torches, you want to build just tons of, really. You can put these in the mines as you work, you can put them all along the ground, everywhere you go. So at night, you can see where you are, and you don't have to hold a torch all the time, so you can, keep your weapon, and slay enemies, and not have to worry about not being able to see them. And when the night comes, and darkness falls, comes the scariest time of all. Creatures more terrifying than anything you can imagine are out to get you. Zombies, flying demon eyes, And really, what's scarier than a flying demon eye? The night gets really dark in Terraria, so when I said to build those torches, this is when you want them. Lay them around your house, lay them in mines, lay them everywhere, so that you can walk around and protect yourself, because at night the enemies come out in full force. And when the morning comes, it's back to crafting and mining, looking for more booty. The best moment Zablanc had during his playthrough was coming across a legendary ice sword in an abandoned room deep underground. He literally walked in the dark and just fell into this room, found a chest, opened it up, and hey, here's a weapon that's over 3 times as strong as a starting weapon. According to my son, Cedric, who is an avid Terraria player, I was the coolest kid in camp. It was the highlight of my time in Terraria, and it's things like this that make you want to keep delving back and looking for more because you really don't know what's out there. And playing with friends is the other great part. Terraria lets you play with your friends, and it was just a matter of time when Zablanc met up with Cedric. Playing online was a great experience for us, each on our own switches, so we had no screen restrictions. As of right now, there is no wireless or, more importantly, split screen play, so you can't play more than one person on the same switch. While playing with multiple switches is the better experience, it would be nice to have a local multiplayer, and this is planned to be added to the game soon, so keep a lookout. Our goal, united as one, was to take on the dreaded Eye of Cthulhu, who's one of the early bosses in the game. There's really not an actual place to run into the boss, especially with a world that's randomized. But they will spawn randomly much later in your playthrough as you get stronger. Yet you can bring them to the game by using recipes. In this case, using a lot of eye lenses will help bring the Eye of Cthulhu at night to come fight you. While Cedric worked on the recipe, I was building a long, flat plane because we knew that there was a lot of running and jumping and escaping the Eye of Cthulhu. And so we built this long track, and I just worked the field, got rid of all the ruts, flattened everything out, covered up some of the holes, and this way we had a nice battleground to fight this thing. It was a struggle, but in the end, having 2 of us helped as the fight continued as long as one of us stayed alive, which was usually Cedric. I'm proud to say the final death blows came by my hand, in my own home, because, dear friends, the Eye of Cthulhu can go through walls. Yes, your home is not safe. With our victory in hand, I gave Cedric my vaunted legendary ice sword as a gift for helping me out. I had a good time with Terraria. This is a game you can sink literally hundreds of hours into, exploring your personally generated world and finding recipes to do bigger and better things, most of what will come as a surprise to you. It may not fit the bill for you Nintendo dads out there that have limited gaming time, and that is me as well. But if you really like this sort of thing and you really like creativity and want to play with your kids and just kind of kill some time just running around and mining and looking for items and just seeing what the game can give you, I definitely recommend this one. As someone who doesn't like Minecraft all that much, I really did like Terraria, and I find this experience much more positive for me, just from the 2-dimensional aspect, all the way down to just making recipes really easy and, just having a small world that you can kind of stay in. It was really a good time. I really did enjoy my time with it. Terraria is $29.99 on the eShop, with a planned physical version coming later this year that you can pre-order from all major retailers right now.